So, what are we at for followers on TikTok now?
50, either 56 or 60. We're probably between 100 to 200 a week. It's going up easily.
So we're up to 6,000 now on TikTok?
Ballpark, yeah.
Hey, TikTok!
Is it live?
Yeah, he's live on everything.
Good to go.
All right.
Thanks, thing.
Very cool.
Okay, Dave, go ahead with the intro.
Wait, are we? Just check the sound quality first. Yeah?
Watch this. Watch this. Here it goes. Go ahead.
Hey everybody, welcome to the PowerCast, live with you every Tuesday night. A fantastic show ahead of you this evening. First, let's make sure we get our friend Eric Vasquez on your far right. We have a very special guest in the middle. His name is Tom Karras with Karras Co. Marketing.
Is it Tom or Thomas?
Tom.
You go by Tom?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
And before we get started, I want to make sure you guys are following us on all our social media platforms as always. Go to our YouTube channel, type in Team Powerhouse Real Estate, hit subscribe. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, Twitter, LinkedIn. We got ourselves on Google Podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcast. We are now on Rumble as well. A great place for podcasts.
Are we on Anchor anymore or no?
Anchor is definitely there, and you can watch us on what's it called? The one for movie stars and actors is IBD.
IMDb.
IMDb
Internet
as
Movie
well.
Database.
So if you guys want to find us and you want to watch a show or you want to watch us live, you let us know where you want us to be, and we'll find that place for
So
you.
they can find us anywhere, or they can't avoid us on anything.
They cannot avoid us
Equally, right?
Absolutely,
Okay.
that's for sure. And if there's something you want from us, don't ever hesitate to ask. So during our show tonight, if you have any questions, as you may own a business, you might be a realtor, you may want to know how to build your platform, your real estate career, your business platform. You may own a dog grooming place, you may own a salon, you may own a restaurant. This is going to be a show for you because this guy in the middle over here is an extraordinary man with a lot of knowledge in the market of presenting your business in a way to build your business up. Is that fair?
You're gonna make me blush.
Well, it's easy to do because, I mean, the truth is you know so much about so much, and we just appreciate having you on the show.
The whole time we're in the pre-podcast meeting, Thomas is talking, and we're like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
I tend to do that.
This is one of those conversations that we say to him, please talk to me like I'm a 3-year-old because I need to make sure I understand, right? I mean, like, the knowledge and the depth of information you're going to learn today is pretty,
Elaborate.
elaborate.
See, he's finishing our sentences.
Exactly. All right, so Tom Karras from Karras Co. First thing I want to make sure that we have on the show your website.
Yep.
Thane, you have his website up there?
TheKarasco.com.
TheKarasco.com is the website to check out Tom. The second thing is with your company, you also have social media aspects that do you have a Linktree account or some kind of a thing where maybe he can put something up there for you for social media at all, or not yet? Or
No, I don't have a link tree, but you can follow me at Karras Co Marketing on Instagram.
Ooh, perfect.
And you can also follow me on Karras Co Marketing on Facebook and LinkedIn as well. So we're out and about.
Awesome. Now, Tom, let's get everybody to know you a little personally.
Look at his
Okay.
posture.
I know, right?
I'm
To
like,
stand straight.
I'm like leaning
I
here.
need to like sit straight too.
It's all those calls.
He's in front of a computer. He needs to make sure he's got the
Yeah.
probably less back problems. All right, where are you from?
I'm from Naugatuck, Connecticut.
Nagi.
Yeah,
Nagi.
Naughty, yes.
Also
The
people
203.
Where are the 203? And people from Naugatuck go Nagatuk.
Yeah, you
Nugget.
know that.
I'm not gonna.
Nagatuk.
We get around the state, you know.
Yeah, I know you get around, Eric. That's for sure.
Traveling man.
Yeah, for sure.
Where'd you go to school?
I went to UConn and then Southern New Hampshire University.
Very cool.
Nice.
And what was your major?
I majored in marketing with a concentration in digital marketing.
Which would make a lot of sense, I guess, over here. And what was your first job?
So it was very interesting. I'm gonna bounce around just a tad.
You were a stripper.
So, it's oddly relevant, but I used to be a CNA.
No kidding.
So I went to school to become a physician assistant.
Wow. Very
So-
cool job, by the way.
Right. So I needed to gain patient care hours. So I went to become a CNA and needed 2,000 hours. And It was just not. It wasn't meant for me. I thought it was. I wasn't helping people the way I wanted to. So now with helping local businesses, I've been able to help provide even more jobs for the businesses that I help, and really make a difference in Connecticut. So that's really what I've been doing. And now I market for health-based businesses and other local businesses around Connecticut. So it's really odd how that switched around.
Came
Full circle.
Full circle. That's exactly what someone. Finishing our sentences. We need to keep you around more often. I need
Yeah.
that help over here. My
You have a
gosh.
real estate license yet?
No, you don't want to do that. Trust me. This is much better, and you can help us out.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, if you're a realtor out there, this is going to be something you really want to pay attention to. Again, if you own a business, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, anybody who's listening or wanting to know more about this information, you definitely want to be reaching out to our friend Tom here. And by the way, do we have Tom's cell phone number out there?
203-706-6414. Shoot me a text, and I'm more than happy to get in touch with you.
Then you have that number on the screen.
It's so funny. I thought it was going to start with my number for a second because he said 20370, and I was like, oh, he's doing my number.
That's really nice, Eric. That's
707 is mine, so that's what threw me off.
it's close, but
Yeah.
So, Tom, give us your number one more time for everybody, please.
203-706-6414.
Now, this is not a dating service because you might get into big trouble if all these girls.
Because I'm not single.
Yeah.
Okay,
Not
I'll make that apparent.
And who's your significant other, may I ask?
Alexa Orban. She's
Alexa.
phenomenal.
Alexa, we want to thank you so much. Hopefully, watching the show, being a part of our show today.
Thanks for sharing them today.
Yes. Thank
Oh,
you
for
sharing.
sure. She's more than happy.
She probably gets to talk about this kind of business with you on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Is this something that she enjoys talking about with you, or is this something she's like, oh, I don't want to hear about it anymore?
Sometimes it's a little bit nonstop.
Yeah.
We always have to take a step back and not talk about business and focus on our personal lives and our growth together versus us needing to talk about this client or what we're looking to do next or whatever the case may be. And I met Alexa through business. She used to be in PR, and she still is, and she would help a lot of my clients get news segments on the news on WTNH, Fox 61, and we would be able to help my clients in that way, and that's how I met her. And now we have found a synergy that we could be able to use PR and digital marketing to be able to make a great omni-channel approach to helping a lot of our clients.
So she's part of Karis.
Yep.
I was just going to say.
You're jumping ahead on Dave's question.
I was just going to say, so that means she's working with you together.
Yes, yeah. We're working together.
Wow.
We've been. She's been full time with me for the last 6 months, and
you're still together.
And we're still together, better than ever, honestly.
That's
so
amazing.
yeah, if you could work with your significant other, it's definitely.
What's her name again? Let me write that down, please.
Alexa Orban.
So she'll be available free soon because I'm just kidding.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
So
Alexa,
when
thank
did
you so
you
much
start
for having
Karis
me.
& Co?
I started Karis Co. Right before the pandemic, actually.
Wow.
It was very interesting. Yeah, I was working at an agency in Southington, and then I had a feeling that I wanted to just do my own thing, and how I wanted to help people, So I decided to go on my own, and I was blessed, and I had a lot of people referred my way, and I was doing honestly better than I thought going through the pandemic and not leaving my house. So it was definitely interesting, but it was a great blessing in disguise, and I don't regret it at all.
That's amazing. So right before the pandemic starts, you start your own business.
Yeah, right. I don't recommend that, but it had to be done.
I mean, it's like almost God's will. That's pretty amazing.
Right. Put it in his hands.
You got through this opportunity to be connecting with people in their business lives, helping them build their business in probably the hardest time in their lives and their businesses.
Like I was helping my well water client. He does plumbing as well. Helping med spas and IV therapy companies and having them, be able to get in contact with leads and show up to their homes and help them produce business. It was a challenge, for them to be able to obtain more business, it wasn't. But just how they conducted business definitely had to change during that time.
And the fact that the timing of opening this kind of business for these kind of people in these kind of businesses, and the time of the world that was going on, and it was just the perfect situation happening at the right time. That's pretty amazing stuff right there. Just thinking about it, like going through this pandemic, every business was shutting down. And
Yep.
here you are opening up a new business and making those businesses that were about to fall down apart rise back up.
Exactly.
That's pretty amazing stuff. Pretty cool stuff. So Eric asked you a question that led us into this question here. So
Harris Co. was founded in just before the pandemic.
pretty cool stuff. So how did you get digital marketing? Like, how did that whole thing kind of begin?
So it was really odd. So I was a CNA, like I mentioned, and I met my old colleague, and I would see him around town. I would hear that he was doing his own thing, and I was really interested. So I asked him like, oh, like would he be interested in me like helping you out start your agency? So at first, he was a little hesitant, and then afterwards, I was on board, and we started with just us two, and now he has a great company, and he has about over 10 team members on his team, and I couldn't be any more happy for him, and so I started with him, and I started at 21 years old. It was a blessing. Yeah, I know. I just turned 27, and it was really interesting that I decided to pivot when I did, especially with being in school. School was on the line, and I just knew I needed a change for myself and how I wanted to live my life, and it was a great way of getting into it, and it was just because he gave me the opportunity to do so, and I couldn't thank him enough for it.
That's fantastic. I keep thinking to myself about the fact that, like you were just saying, that how he came into this business at the time, in this years and times and things went crazy. I can't. That's amazing stuff. Sorry, I kind of just stuck on that in my mind. That's amazing story right there. All right. So, what are some of the digital marketing strategies you use?
That's a great one. My expertise has been in search engine optimization, or SEM, search engine marketing. So what search engine marketing may be is essentially is what the search engine is able to provide to people when they're searching. So it could be ads, it could be website results, it could be on Google. There's different profiles that you can have, like your Google business profile, and just making sure that we could be able to have your business stand out amongst your competitors and in your local business or even national.
So if you have a business, let's say,
Yeah.
but you did not create a Google business profile, does Google automatically create one for you, or do you have to go in and actually create one?
Most of the time, you would have to create one yourself.
Okay.
Yep. So if you don't have one and you're a local business, I definitely recommend you starting one right away because it will definitely make a difference on the lead gen that you're able to provide for your business.
Yeah, because there are businesses that you can type into Google and they'll come up, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you have that business profile.
Correct.
Right.
So the whole goal is for someone to not even think about your competitors and just to type in Team Powerhouse on the internet, right? That's the ultimate goal. But that would typically happen if it was a referral or someone was relevant to your brand. And so it's harder to compete out there, especially with a lot of other businesses. So just making sure that you can show up for the appropriate keywords or quote unquote the money keywords is really important, and a Google business profile is a great way to start that and to make you show your credibility differently compared to other businesses.
So you know what those keywords are.
That's what I research data all day and night, and that's what I do.
Okay.
That's pretty amazing stuff. It's breaking it down to a simpler term for us is basically knowing the language of the internet.
Yes.
Knowing the language of those out there who are trying to figure, like you just mentioned, the Team Powerhouse thing. So they may not type in Team Powerhouse, they might type in something, and somehow you get them to find Team Powerhouse, what you're saying.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool stuff. So in optimizing a Google profile, what goes into that?
So that's a great question, and I'm going to condense it down on the top things that you should do right away.
And talk like a child, please, to us, please.
Right, to
Keep
make
it simple so we can all understand.
to
Now,
making a big difference.
there might be a lot of people out there who really understand this conversation, and that's fantastic. And there might be some people out there who don't understand, and feel free to ask questions that you may have.
Mhm.
Again, Thane is in the background. He's looking for your questions on Facebook, Instagram, and on TikTok. So don't hesitate to ask those questions to us.
And you may know something about this, and you might learn something new, and that's a big thing too.
Absolutely. So I'm sorry I didn't interrupt you.
No, it's okay. So the biggest thing in 2023 still on what you could do for Google Business Profile is gain reviews. So gaining reviews helps people understand that you are the one to go to because of the sheer amount that you have. So when it comes to those reviews, making sure that your business has a strategy on how to obtain reviews, either with your team, your agents, or whatever the case may be, to help you be able to drive reviews.
You know, I talk about the team all the time, or talk to the team all the time in regards to the Google reviews. Because we have a team that's been out there for the last 18 years, the presence on Google is much stronger than an individual who just comes to Google and puts their name out there. So when writing reviews, I always tell them, put it on the team page,
Right.
because that'll help build their profile and get their review out there much faster. Is that fair?
It's better to work as a team than working by yourself.
Thank you very much. So I thought that, I figured that to me, but I always tell people, if you're part of a team and you get a chance to be on something special like Team Powerhouse, you have a review written about you, and that review goes much deeper, much farther, much faster.
Yes, exactly. And what those reviews say.
And what those reviews say, absolutely.
Because before, the keywords didn't really matter in the reviews, but now Google has used that as an indicator for where you are going to be ranked in their profile pack, or the top 3.
So there's actual things your clients could say that would really kind of generate a tremendous more leads, if you will.
Boosts it.
Boosting it.
It boosts it.
Right,
Yep.
exactly. So knowing what keyword phrases, so typically I recommend for my clients is whenever you collect a review, ask the person that is going to put the review to include the service that you provide for them, because most likely the service that you provide for them includes the target keyword that you want to have.
I always tell people, when you write a review, be as direct and informative as possible. Kind of tell a story, you know?
Right.
And if they're telling a story, people will connect, believe, and read it and know it, and it also generates way more content and fluidity. Is that fair and reasonable?
Exactly, and it goes into the authenticity of what was actually going on with that specific project that they were doing with their home, or whatever they're doing with themselves, or whatever the case may be.
So go to Google, look up Team Powerhouse, and read the views about agents in our team.
Yeah.
Because you're going to find amazing stories and experiences.
I'm going to take that a step further. If you haven't already written a review,
Yeah, good
if
point.
you've worked with one of us
Yes.
from the team,
Yes,
feel free to go on there and write a review.
And-
we would be grateful.
I'd appreciate it more if it was a positive review.
It's
So,
always a positive.
if you were, this is a tidbit that I really don't tell people. It's basically like almost like a trade secret. So if you were to go to Team Powerhouse and leave a review, mention if you had sold or bought a house through them, and where you bought a house and sold through them. So when someone looks up maybe real estate brokerage near me, they might be showing up in Woodbury, Connecticut. But maybe if you help someone purchase a home in Woodbury, Connecticut, if someone typed in real estate brokerage near me, and they see Woodbury, and they're located in Woodbury, and that review of your business comes up and says Woodbury, you most likely, being all the way from North Haven, could maybe show up all the way in miles away.
I go to Woodbury, just in case anybody's wondering.
Oh, you go the distance.
Yes.
We don't even have to explain.
Yeah, I go
You're lucky
everywhere.
you're sitting in this chair and not in your car seat
Yes,
right now.
exactly.
And the way we get to meet this gentleman right here in front of it is actually by Eric working with him and his family.
Yeah, with my mother, she's super happy with the home she's had. The communication was great with Eric, and we couldn't do it without him, to be honest. So we're grateful.
Amazing guy to work with. I'm sure you're going to write a great review if you haven't done one already.
Absolutely. What do they call that? Team Powerhouse?
Hey,
Like
yeah,
that? Yeah,
baby.
That's
right.
not the logo, but yeah, it's close.
I like it though. I definitely like it. Good stuff. All right, so we talked about optimizing Google profiles. How about creating video content?
So that's where we're definitely going into video content.
We have a girl on our team, a couple of girls, but one girl in particular. Her name is Jamie Franco.
Okay.
She is a video content rock star.
Ooh.
She is all over the TikTok, the Instagram, the Facebook, making little videos and new ads. Got Shannon over there doing it. Charles, you do it. I'm trying to get the guys to do it more, and it's important to explain to Eric and the rest of the team how important video content is and what you're doing. Please tell us.
So I'm gonna dial it a little bit back to what we were just talking about SEO. So for me, And then we're gonna get into the video content. So for SEO, for me, I can be able to rank any website first on Google, right, or any of the search engines. But what we also need is when someone lands on your website for them to also convert, right? You want them to commit an action. If it may be, typing in their information through a form, it may be a phone call, it might be just even a simple email submission. But how do you have them do that? But you have them do that by gaining trust. And how do you gain trust? Through video. Video helps gain trust instantly, as we can see. Instead of having to read something that takes 5 minutes, you can learn about a business or someone in 30 seconds and understand who they are right away and if they are the right fit for you. So with back to your point, Dave, on creating video content, it's super important to create video content, but quality video content. You want to make content that will help others when it comes to any actions that they may commit. And it may be the long-term game. So, you want to provide resources to them on, potentially on, 5 things to do before listing your home, right? That might be a good one. And it's going to be fast for people to be able to read or to watch. Or if they're looking for more information, they can go onto your website and read a little bit more.
So are you saying that Dave stumbled onto something genius?
Was it me?
I'm just kidding, our website, okay, he wanted our YouTube videos on the website.
Yeah.
So people can go to the website and they can see our YouTube videos. Now, mind you, our videos are a blend of, such as, wonderful guests on the show.
Yes.
But we also do real estate occasionally.
Right.
Okay? And we do make exactly what you said, where the recommendation of 5 things to do before selling your house, etc.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that I think Eric would be amazing at doing a video on is the idea of a home inspection, right? Bullet points on target.
Huge.
And like even a 30-second or a 1-minute video and talking about it and posting it on our page would be tremendous for him as an individual, as an agent, bringing him
This is
some
where I need you
leads.
to, Thomas, to say, no, not Eric.
And-
Somebody, but not Eric.
And because Eric, as handsome as he is and confident he is with knowledge, sometimes he's a little bit nervous about getting on camera. And I need to make sure that our team agents, all of them, whether it's Gary Monroe or Charles Igatana, who is actually really good at camera, or Balvin or Gene, all these guys and girls, how important it is to be on camera and educating the clients. Now, there are some agents on our team, like Charles, he does it, and Gene does it, and Jamie does it, and I'll do it. But there's some guys or girls on the team that are like, Shannon does it. I mean, the video content and how many views happen are tremendous.
Right, and here's one for you. So with the video that we're creating today, we mentioned micro content, right? So say if you are creating, say Jesse's on your team, and Jesse's like, okay, what to do before a home inspection, right? Instead of her client asking her, oh, what do I do, for a home inspection, she's like, oh, I made an amazing video on this. How do you take a look at this? So not only that the client knows what to do, but also saves her time. You want to save her time so she can be able to get to somebody else that we might not have a resource for right away.
This is pretty hot stuff right here. I'm loving it, video
Dave's
content.
excited.
I'm excited because you know what? It's all about building relationships in our business, right?
Absolutely,
And-
long-term
and-
relationships.
And, right, in the long-term relationships, it's all about you out there who are watching us. And when you watch us, you listen to us, we build a relationship with you. And it's important to make sure that you feel comfortable here with us. If you're comfortable here, then you can take the next step with us as agents and people in your lives who care about you, and knowledgeable experts, not because we say so, but because you can see the value in it.
And we care so much that we bring people on,
Who are
wonderful guests,
Yeah.
who bring these components into your businesses, into your livelihoods, into your lives.
There are
Right.
lots of, and then you've worked with a lot of people. Like I'm kind of jumping around over here, but
Yeah.
restaurateurs and business owners. Like we have on the show, we had a girl. Her name is Stephanie, and she's the cookie girl. She has
Ooh.
Stephanie Sweets, and she's an amazing cookie she makes. And we have a girl that owns a dog grooming company, who, by the way, is an amazing. Oh, yeah, but
You forgot in your
Heather,
Heather?
who does our tumblers. And we have some really wonderful people that come on the show. We've had hundreds of guests actually in the last couple of years. All these people that come on this show, right, who talk about their businesses. This is something very important for you out there if you're watching, but a guest on our show. And you want to take your business to the next level. Maybe there's something you're missing in doing. This is the guy who's going to help you make that happen. Is that fair to say that?
Those are kind words.
That's-
Thank you.
We're gonna
It's just the beginning.
Thomas is gonna make a good business, a great business.
Amen.
Wow.
Absolutely. All right, so jumping into that, creating helpful resources on your website for social media.
Yes.
So that kind of blends in, it kind of talked about it a little bit, but
Right.
so social media aspects of people who own businesses, right? Important to be involved.
Yeah, it's people want to see that level of authenticity, right? And it's super great to have helpful resources, but people want to know that you are making an impact in your communities because we want to know, who we're working with is actually providing for Connecticut, providing for the local towns, and it goes a further distance in just, completing a transaction or whatever the case may be. Seeing helpful content online of donating to your local food bank or you funding a specific organization within your town, it is super crucial to get involved with your communities because you're nothing without them.
Facts.
What are you looking at me like that for?
Because
Is
you
it
said-
because something that I
You
suggested?
said you're
Yeah.
a great resource information. Eric is very good at that. Our military, we're a big part of the military
Right.
also.
Thank you for
Um,
serving.
Absolutely. All right. Please tell everyone watching what is the word SEO, which you mentioned before. It is
Search engine optimization.
what is PPC?
Pay per click.
Pay per click. What does pay per click do? How does that work?
So pay per click, it's essentially using any type of ads that are run on the search engine. So say if there's a specific keyword phrase that you're looking to compete for, right? Some people, build organically using their website and build over time, but there's also the pay to play model, so which is pay per click. So what you can do is essentially run ads on keyword phrases that you want to win bids for, so you could potentially get clicks on them. So that's what my business also provides is pay per click strategies on focusing on pay per clicks that don't cost you at all the money, right? They're efficient, so you could be able to
Efficient spending.
get efficient spending, so you can get the most out of it. Because for a real estate attorney, they're spending $250 a click.
Wow.
That's a lot of money, right?
That's a
And
lot of money.
insurance, Geico, $250 a click. But if you were to focus on organic strategy, the SEO, you might be getting $250 of free clicks, right? But there might be the low-hanging fruit, right? There might be those keyword phrases that are only $11 a click or $18. Yes, it's expensive, but if you sell a service that may be $2,000 to $4,000, even if it were to be less than that, the cost per acquisition is super low. So making sure that you bid for keyword phrases that are for the efficient spending, and then focus for the long-term game on the higher pay-per-click keyword phrases, so you can win, those money keyword phrases that might be really expensive to pay for.
If you feel like we're going into the weeds or you're getting confused, this is the reason why you want to call Tom and get in touch with him and learn more about this, because this is some deep stuff here. Like, I'm listening to you and my mind's like,
Use the
literally-
G-rated
I'm
word.
right. I'm like clicking in my head, like all the different clicks and all these things in my head. Like I see this funnel, right?
Yeah.
The real estate funnel, or the business funnel, the lead funnel, and where the top of the clicks versus the bottom of the clicks versus the how hanging fruit versus where we talk about this all the time in this business. But you guys are going to know more about this in the person-to-person situation. Calling Tom with his phone number at
203-706-6414.
and going to kerisco.com and making sure to learn a little about him and his team. By the way, speaking of your team, who's on your team?
Great question. It's my girlfriend Alexa Orban,
Alexa.
right? And our creative director and videographer Luke Adams.
Luke Adams, making everything come to life.
Right.
Literally.
Yes, it's true. It's about working with the right people matter, because it's that level of authenticity, right? And you only can market a business if they're willing to meet you halfway, because some businesses want you to run their business, and as much as I would like to, it's different because we're not always in here, we're not always in the office doing everything, right? So making sure to have a great relationship and who you work with, and that they are providing for their community and they want to be a great resource in their industry, those are the people that we attract and who we work with. It's not just anyone, because a lot of other agencies tend to do that because of overhead, but for us, we work with the right partners.
Anybody have any questions out there on social media, please don't just check Thane.
There was Jess Mallory. She said, hello, David, from Jess in Vermont.
Hey Jess, how are you? Thank you so much for watching the show.
Not a
Anybody?
question, Thane, but thank you.
But I appreciate that. It's important to know if anybody's
Right.
watching to reach out, a little shout out for them. Instagram, how about on TikTok? Any questions coming across on TikTok at all?
TikTok, we have to talk about TikTok after. There's something happened on TikTok.
Did it
I
freeze
think
up on us?
we got a community guidelines violation.
We did.
Really?
No one got undressed on camera, so I don't know what
I
happened.
don't understand.
It just did it shut down on us?
I was watching it on my phone and it just said ended and I got up and looked.
Can you restart it?
I tried, it didn't work.
It won't restart us.
We broke the
It
rules.
says you guys broke the rules and you guys can't do TikTok live anymore.
What?
Really? Wow.
There's no pornography on our TikTok page
I took
that I'm familiar with.
Wow.
Well, we could figure that
No,
out
it's probably
and dispute it afterwards.
Yeah,
Okay, I
I was just
appreciate
gonna
that.
say you can send a dispute.
How many people
and
were
figure
watching?
it
Do you
out.
know before how many people were watching before?
I don't know. There was at least like 60.
Okay.
You insult Peru? I mean,
I don't know what happened.
we have a big following in Peru in the Middle East.
Argentina,
Oh.
the Middle
Yeah.
East. We have
Violation reasons, personal information.
All personal information. Okay, so it may be people that we're mentioning on the podcast that may not be here.
Oh, really?
Maybe,
That's
Potentially.
crazy.
potentially.
We're sorry if we have. We're not sorry.
We're sorry, TikTok.
We're
We'll
not-
fix that right away.
Yeah,
Right,
that's
well-
pretty silly.
Committed to making sure that any personal information shared intentionally or
My
accidentally.
phone number, or anything like that.
On
It
TikTok
may
does
be.
not-
We've never had a problem with that before.
Yeah, we have people share their phone numbers all the time,
I know.
That's it.
Let's
including
get-
mine.
our
203
It could have been anything.
707
Let's get back to
077.
Tom. We'll get back to
Yes,
TikTok.
that's-
We'll get back later on.
Right,
That's
right.
why I kind of just.
That's okay. All right, so
Wait, I kind of like the fact that we broke the rules on TikTok.
we
We're a
broke
little
TikTok.
spicy today.
Yes, I know. I guess.
All right, we talked about what is SEM
Yeah, search engine marketing, right?
and CRO.
Conversion rate optimization.
What's conversion rate optimization?
So essentially, is what we were just talking about too. Is on your website, you want people to commit an action. So that may be providing videos.
Not a
to have-
crime.
No crimes here. There's no crimes being
So
committed.
basically-
TikTok, there's no crimes being committed.
So it's a two-step then. So it's getting them to your website is step one.
Yes,
Well, getting you to the top of the Google search is step one.
right,
Getting them to the page is step two.
exactly.
And then getting them to engage with the website would be step three.
You said it well best.
Okay.
Yep, exactly. And we want them to engage on the website and spend as much time as possible on there. So for conversion rate optimization, you want to have, again, helpful resources or great information that people would want to stay on your website for.
How has search optimization (SEO) been changing since you started digital marketing?
So great to ask that. And Thane, I thank you for helping us with TikTok. But what Google is doing now is prioritizing video content from their YouTube Shorts, from TikTok, from Instagram, because those might be even more useful than the results that they're even sharing on their own search engine. But they know that if they could provide people to that resource, people will keep continuing to come back. And that's a good thing for Google because I think it's fair for everyone, and that people are going to go back to them because they're trying to rank things that are actually going to help people versus people trying to manipulate the search engine just to be on the top results.
So does Google have, I don't want to call it a stranglehold, but does Google have such a market presence on the search engine that you really don't make an effort on the other search engines?
So, great question. A lot of new search engines have been coming up, especially for data privacy. So there's like DuckDuckGo, there's Opera, there's a lot of other ones too. But Google still has a stronghold on having about 85% of all search engine users to being on their search engine. So that's why people tend to go based off the Google guidelines and what they offer, because they technically have the stronghold, like you were saying, on that, as well as Google does a great job of sharing data and information that users are searching online that they share with you, so you can optimize your content or optimize your ads or whatever information that you can get from them, so you can be able to optimize your other marketing strategies outside of their platform.
So if somebody goes to Bing, let's say.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
Does Bing still pull some of the information that might be in Google as well?
Yes, there is actually Bing and Google. They do trade data, so you can be able to see on Bing some Google Analytics data on there. But I'm not trying to give favoritism. Bing's great, but Google does a great job of showcasing data for you to make the right adjustments within your website and the content that you create.
So what you're saying is they're user friendly,
They are
informational friendly,
website friendly.
website friendly. Okay. Do you do website development?
Yeah, I do website development. I build websites for many local businesses in Connecticut, and also I've worked with a lot of clients outside of Connecticut and nationwide. So, but yes, I do.
The reason I asked, well, you mentioned outside Connecticut. I have a very good friend. He's in Pennsylvania. I mention him all the time. His name is Brad Wiseman. He owns a real estate company called Platinum Real Estate.
Cool.
And Platinum Realty. I'm
Great
sorry.
name.
Great guy. And I'm wondering if someone like him can call you up and have you work for him as well.
Absolutely. I'm gonna actually fly out to Illinois for a water pump station company Monday, so we can be able to figure out more resources that we can implement on their website. So I go global. I'm not even just national.
So if you're out there and you're looking for somebody to really help pump up your business, your profile, your website design, your website, all these different kind of things in regards to helping build your business, and there's many different levels and pieces to the puzzle that you probably work on, and I'm sure there's a lot of I just made a word up, a lot of different variables involved and how you do things, and you kind of get to know the company, the product, and in order to make it better and better.
It's all about knowing the company you work with. I can't do my job unless I know thick through thin, absolutely 100% of how your business operates, and that's why I'm going to Illinois next week to see how they build water pump stations, modular pump stations within their warehouse and their factory. So that's the difference between us against other digital marketing companies, is we take the time with our clients to understand who they are, what they do, and how we can differentiate them within the World Wide Web.
This has been one of the most educational shows that Eric and I have had in a while. We learn a lot every time, but this kind of hits home for us as well on a personal level. And when you come back on the show, we're going to go over what you've done for our team and our website and all that kind of stuff. And we're going to show you.
If we have time to do a podcast, because we're going to be so busy.
No, that podcast is needed for sure.
We're going to do a podcast again and have you on the show to show the difference in what we've had before and what we have after. Is that fair?
Oh, that's awesome, and that would be a great way to show people what I do and what you do.
Your dynamics. Tom Karras, KarrasCo.com, a phenomenal company, person, and individual you want to learn from.
The Karrasco.
The.
If you type in KarrasCo.com or KarrasCo, you'll find us.
TheKarrasCo.com.
Yeah, how did you get that to work? You just type in Karrasco.
Because you bought both, probably.
Some sort of optimization.
We'll talk outside of this.
All right, everybody. Again, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out to Tom. Get to know him on a personal level. His wonderful team, they want to take care of you. They're going to educate you, build your business up, and bring you to a level that you want it to be that you're not at right now. The next part of our show, Tom, is we're going to give out one of these beautiful tumblers to a lucky guest.
Was there something that you wanted to throw?
No, I just wanted to say thank you for having me on the show. And if you guys haven't done it already, follow the Powerhouse on all of their platforms. They are great. They're up and coming, and they're doing a great job in helping their local communities. So definitely give them a shout out and a follow.
Team Powerhouse Real Estate, we love you all. We appreciate that very much. Thank you, Tom. All right, so a lucky winner of a free tumbler. We give out one every week. We love to make sure that you're watching and following. If you want to be a part of the show, you want to win a tumbler, you've got to let us know. You've got to get in touch with us. Use your Facebook, Instagram, get in touch with us, call us. We'll definitely get you on the wheel, and Thane is going to spin that wheel.
Hope we don't violate any rules with the wheel now.
That's really weird. Because we Moneymaker 8.
G Moneymaker 8 is the lucky winner.
We might.
Doesn't say social media.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. You're gonna say something.
No, we can learn a thing or two if he's the moneymaker. So.
Moneymaker.
Hey, G Moneymaker, you just won a free tumbler. Congratulations. Please get in touch with
Probably
us.
doesn't need it, but okay.
Yeah, right.
Let us know who you are so we can reach out to you, get your contact information, and we'll have one delivered to your house, wherever you live. Thank you so much again, Tom, for being part of this amazing podcast, the PowerCast live every Tuesday. It was amazing. I mean, I'm just like tongue-tied and twisted and excited. And Eric, pretty cool stuff, huh?
Yeah, that's all right.
Come back to the podcast, guys, next Tuesday. Watch
Next
Dave
Tuesday.
and Eric.
We'll see you guys soon. Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
everybody.